As I was in healthcare, I kept finding myself saying, there has to be more to life than this. There has to be more to life than this stress and this burnout, than the limitations of time off and on call and paychecks. And there has to be more to life than only your job. There's traveling I wanted to do. There's people I wanted to visit. There's things I wanted to see and to learn about. Here's the thing, there is more to life. There is more to life than burnt out. There is more to life than exhausted and depleted. You do get to have your practice and live a life that you love. I have been traveling through the central US, Navajo National Monument. If you guys haven't been there, incredible. Monument Valley, incredible. Moab, incredible. The Rocky Mountains in Colorado, absolutely beautiful. Yes, I lived here, but every time I come, there's something new to see. There's friends to visit. There's experiences to be had. You get to still do that. There was a time in my life that I decided this is my era. This is my turn. Hello, for those of you that don't know me, I am Marinda Nelson. I help healthcare providers love their work again, eliminate the burnout, develop, lead, and expand their fun and fulfilling, authentic, and prosperous and profitable dream practices, and do so with clarity and confidence and internal comfort. It does not have to be struggle and overcoming and depletion. It can be fun and fulfilling. You can love what you do again. I know it seems like everything is against you doing that, but it is possible. And this is what I help you do. So I'm going to go through a list of questions that I ask my clients, that I talk about with my clients when I am helping you do this. And these are questions that you can start asking yourself, start looking at yourself, and start incorporating these into your life to help this be your era too, your turn too. You have put so much effort for so many years into pleasing a professor or pleasing the board or making a parent or a grandparent proud or proving your seniors, your administrators that you're doing a good job. What if, what if you did your practice and your life for you? What if you did that? Now, people think that this sounds selfish or that you would just never do any of it again. But that's not true, is it? You are giving, you are caring, you are incredibly compassionate. You love what you do. You've just hated all of the constraints and the burnout and the all of that that's put around it. What if, what if you did it your way? What if you did it your way? What if you cared for your patients? And what if you took care of your staff? And what if you worked with your colleagues and your referral networks and your communities? What if you did that your way? Awesome. You just had a ton of reasons come up that said that you can't. Yes? That's where you begin. That's where you start. Are they true? Is that why you can't? That yeah, but is that true? Who said that you can't do that way? Who said that that's impossible? Do you agree with that? Or is that just something that you heard that got in your head when you were 7 years old? Is it based out of proving that you're good enough, that you're a good enough daughter, a good enough doctor, a good enough referral partner, a good enough business partner? Is it based out of fear that somebody's going to find out? That's imposter syndrome. Go look at my imposter syndrome trainings because that's not actually a real thing in healthcare. We want to care. We care. We want to do a good job. The imposter syndrome that I see in healthcare is not just some random thing that comes out of nowhere. You care. You want to do a good job. You are doing a good job. You just are trying to do it somebody else's way, the way that somebody else said that you should, and it feels unauthentic. So you doing it your way, it's going to come across more caring and more true because it's you doing it your way. Are you trying to please someone else? Are you trying to prove that you're good enough because you are good enough. You wouldn't be here if you didn't care. And that caring tells me that you're perfect. Is there a part of you that you want to nurture that maybe didn't get nurtured in the past? Is there a part of you, a soft part of you, that you want to protect because nobody else ever did? Is there a part of you to uncage and let it be a strength for you? Is there a part of you that other people have told you that you can't be, that you shouldn't be? That's a strength for you. When you take that characteristic of you out and you uncage it, then that doesn't have to come out distorted. It doesn't have to come out passive aggressive or restrained. It can come out and be a strength that supports you. What do you need to provide for to have it be your turn? What foundation do you need to set? What ideas do you need to put in place? What systems and structures need to be put into place to provide for it to be your turn? What ideas, values, desires, what's important for you that you need to protect for it to be your turn? So you're going to provide for it, but you're also going to protect that. And sometimes those go hand in hand, right? What does your turn feel like? Does it feel like? What does your turn get to look like? Now, the what it looks like might change, but the what it feels like gets to stay the same. And you're going to align towards that and you're going to keep moving toward that. Who says you can't do it that way? Who says you can't? Because people's voices are going to come up in your head. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, God, I can't do that. People say this to me all the time. It's not true. You can. Now, the what you cannot do, how can that become exactly what you must do? If you hear yourself saying you can't do something, switch that and say, oh shit, I must do. Because that's going to bring up all those fears and all those insecurities and all of those attachments and all of that underlying beliefs and insecurities that say that you can't do a thing. What comes up if you say you must do that thing? Yes? Now, who's going to have a problem with you saying it's your turn? Who's going to have a problem with you saying it's your turn? This is your era. Here's the thing. I'm going to put a spin on this too. How can you respect them more and know that they can do it themselves? Because if you're thinking that you have to do them for them, you have put yourself above them, actually. This is not what's common thinking. How can you empower them more? How can you respect them more and give that back to them, knowing that they are perfectly capable of doing it themselves? If you did, they can. Yes. All of those yeah buts are going to tell you your codependencies, right? Like where you're thinking that they need to do something for you so that you're doing this for them, hoping that they'll give this back to you. This happens often with business partners, referral partners, um, reviews, staff members. If you do this, then maybe they'll do that. So that's going to show you all those codependencies, but it's also going to show you where you have your worth attached to that. So if you have your worth attached to being a caregiver, or you have your worth attached to saving, or you have your worth attached to validating other people, or whatever it may be, what do you have attached to that? Again, what do you get to nurture? What do you get to release? What do you get to say, I see you and we're going to go together anyway? This gets to be your turn. There is more to life. And you get to live a life that you love and have the practice that you dreamed of. It seems like there's so much information out there, and I've synthesized that all down into one program that will help you see and help you look at these questions and help you put some of these questions in an order that will help you get to where you want to go. Let me know that you want that information and I'll send it to you. We'll see you soon.